last week after the meeting officially ended, we started talking about these this is my tool that I use for hollowing things. Okay, this is 5/8 steel bar drilled out, and it's got an end mill in it, a 2-flute ball end mill in it. Looks like that. Okay, it's got a little notch in it for the grub screw. Okay, and it's got 2 flutes. And when you got the flutes up and down like this, you get a real fine cut. And as you roll the flutes like this, you start taking more of a cut, more aggressive a cut. And let me switch to this here. Take that off. So this is a goblet that I was turning here, and the way you do this, let me show you. See if I can show you the tool. 5/8 steel tool. It's about 10 inches long, and I got a fairly long handle. Okay, gives you leverage. So when I'm turning, it'll drill by itself, so I can push it in and drill to go deeper if I want. And I'm going to have to in the bottom of this goblet because I've Forstner bitted it. So, but you either move it from one side to the other. I can face across it like this, moving it across the end grain like this. Or I can go down in and pull out along like this. And I can turn it up. And watch the diameter on the rim here. See how close I'm getting to the rim, how thin I can get this. So I can get this super thin, and I'm getting a finished cut with this on every cut.
Somebody check the rule book. I think that's cheating.
Absolutely. So, but I don't know if you guys can see how smooth that is, but I don't even need to sand that. So,
okay, I'm going to put you on the spot because it looked all week and I couldn't find it. I need a part number and where you got it from.
I did put it an Amazon link in last week's thing, but last week's chat, but I will put it in there again.
Dad, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
How did you drill that tool steel to accept that tool?
It's just drilled straight in.
Yeah, but that's not easy to do. How'd you do it?
Well, a buddy of mine with a metal lathe, I went over there and did it. It's just
okay. Now you're talking.
Yeah, it's 5/8 steel, and this is a 3-inch bit, a 3/8 inch bit, and it's just a 3/8 inch hole, and it's a real snug fit.
Does it have to be tool steel for the shaft?
No, I mean you could use anything. It was just bar steel we had laying around, so
probably cold rolled.
Yeah, probably cold rolled. I mean, it doesn't have to be high-speed steel. It doesn't have to be drill stock. It could be anything.
I've made tools similar to that, and it's cold rolled that I use.
I do not have a metal lathe, so I cannot make you one.
Matt, Trey's got a couple in his hand right there.
So this is, but look how long the tool handle is, and this is for the leverage, because I can be down deep inside this. Let me switch back over here. I can be down deep inside this goblet with this tool. I can be down in here with it and still get a good cut. I mean, I can show you that. Okay, I get this over 2,000 RPMs, but I can drill with this, and I can take off the side. I got debris on it, and I can run along the whole inside of this. And if I want to get an even better shearing cut, I just drop my tool rest a little bit, drop my tool handle a little bit, and bring the bit up along the side. So, but I can get all the way into the, I'm good 5 inches off of the tool rest down in here when I'm doing it. So
Matt?
That hand, yes, sir.
What size steel is that? Did you say 5/8?
This is 5/8. The bar is 5/8, and the bit I'm using is a 3/8. And I'll put it in the chat. I'll put the link to the bit in the chat.
And what size is the end mill? The 2-flute.
The end mill is 3/8.
Okay, all right.
So how far up in there do you have to drill to be able to get that double-ended
As far as you need to. Let me find my bit.
That's what I was just trying to
Okay.
figure out.
Trey's got a couple up in Spotlight
There's a
right now.
couple that I just made this week. This one's a 1/2 inch and this is a 3/8. And I just epoxied it in the shaft. I didn't even put a screw in it. I just epoxied it in. If I need to get it out, I heat it up and pull it out.
All right. Well, the reason
Can you
why I
make me
grabbed,
one?
Brenda really wants one.
I love this tool. If you can talk Trey into making it, do it.
Yeah, it looks really neat.
Have
Right.
you
All
tried-
it is a piece of steel and has a hole drilled in the end of it.
But
Have you-
that's the hard part, drilling that hole in that steel.
Have you-
Stick it on your lathe.
I never had any problem drilling them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
your
gonna
lathe-
say,
your
there's
lathe
really
should
no
work.
reason you couldn't do
your
that on
wood-
the wood lathe if it
Your wood
turns
lathe
slow
should be
enough.
able to do it. Just stick it in the wood lathe and chuck it up in the wood lathe.
How
Have
do
you
you-
Ronnie,
done
if
any-
you come by,
on the
if you
wood
come by,
lathe?
Ronnie, I will do it for you.
Have you done
That
any
thing-
turning with
that
them,
thing
Trey?
should be out-
I
out-
tried a
out
little
on
bit
that
with
outer
it.
edge.
I'm not used to it, so I had a little problem trying to fight with it and everything else. This is the tool I generally use for most of my turning. It's a hunter cutter. If I can get it to a point you can see it, it's nothing more than a hunter cutter, little tiny cutter, and that's the one I'm used to. So
Okay.
this is the one I'm comfortable with.
Well,
All
one of
right,
the motion,
Edwin.
one of the motions that you're doing is I'm pulling it with this hand. So I'm pulling it. You know, if I'm going across the face, I'm pulling it. Let me switch to the different camera view.
How is your bit positioned in there when you're cutting across the face?
If I've got the, let me put it there. If I've got the flute straight up and down
Okay.
vertically, then I am getting a really good tight shear cut. If I
Across
start
the fa-
rotating
across
it like,
the face,
what's that?
across the face, you are.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if I want to take a deeper cut, then I roll more of the flute into the cut, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I just roll the tool a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
How deep are you able to go down into that vase or into a,
I can go, this is what I do the bottoms of this goblet with. So when I am doing this and I'm starting out here on the tool rest is a good 1.5 inches from the lip of the goblet because I don't want to get the grub screw in things. But so I am down here deep, you know, I like to make the insides of my goblets down inside the little stem
okay.
detail. All right. So I am this far in, I'm a good, 5-6 inches off the tool rest. That's why I made the long handle. So I have the leverage to do that. This is one I did yesterday. Okay. Let me show it to you. So this is the one I did yesterday. Oh, there we go. So that's how deep I am inside there with this tool. Okay. I just put some finish on it. So it's a little damp in the bottom, but
if you had a captive hollowing system, could you go deeper
sure.
into a,
Sure.
oh,
The
not
only
a
thing-
goblet, but a
Vessel.
full thing? Or
Yeah,
would
you
you just be looking for trouble?
I don't know. I've never done it. Okay.
Okay,
the-
well, do it tonight and then you can tell us
No.
next week.
Well, it really doesn't have to be captive. You're not getting any torque or anything on it. You just cut with it.
Well, the further you're into the vessel, the more leverage the piece is exerting on the tool.
Yeah,
So I mean, I have, on some bad wood, I have had the thing jerk on me and I've shredded a piece or two when I was pretty deep in there. But, it was the quality of the wood. The wood was not very good either. Okay.
well, it'll be interesting next Wednesday to see how you deep, when you go in real deep.
Nothing like pressure on
You
this
can
club.
be our,
Well-
you can be our goat. Greatest of
I've
all
got a full
time.
weekend, guys. I don't know if I'll get to it by
Well,
then.
Yeah,
there
just-
is an issue on cap.
Oh,
There
well,
is an issue on
never
cap.
mind, I'll just,
Hey, Matt,
Yes, sir.
what's the deepest you've ever hollowed with that?
With this,
Yeah.
I've done some small vases that I've easily been 8 inches off of the tool rest.
Okay.
Now,
So, and-
the issue on captive is you have to rotate the tool to get your cut that you want. Captive, you're fixed and you can't do the rotation of your tool.
Okay. All
Yep,
right.
and Trey's right. The tool is just cutting. You're just, as long as you don't try to moose it, and let the tool do the work. It really, you know, it'll cut through it. So you just let the tool do it, and you can, you know, every cut you're making is basically a shearing, finishing cut inside. So you're making these, you know, you're making a really nice smooth cut when you're doing it.